Hey, hopefully there we go. Hopefully that'll... fuck. So, OBS does appear to be working today. And Cosmic Antics, I'll answer this now, but yeah, I did find it pretty funny, me being an ambulance. I did enjoy that. So, let's just get this up. And hooray. So, yeah, obviously what we'll be talking about today is obviously some further thoughts on the Evil of the Daleks animation, which hopefully is going to come out in September. I mean, I've always got a feeling with these, with every BBC release, they've always had a delay of at least a couple of weeks. You know, I mean, if it does come out on that date, great, all the better. But you know, hopefully things will sort themselves out in that regard. And throughout this live stream, I'll also be giving my thoughts on season 24 Blu-ray box set, which I finished watching on Wednesday and finished ripping as well. So yeah, everything should be good. I'm gonna fix my hand for a bit. I'm only doing this stream just because a few people have said, "Oh, looking forward to the next stream," or "You should do another stream." So there's some new stuff to talk about. So there we are. So hopefully, I'll give a couple of people the obligatory, 5 minutes for people to jump in. I appreciate I didn't announce this one or see anything. I kind of just tweeted it on Twitter. So hopefully, people will be able to get on here. You can see there's a spike in it there. Hey, live at 4. Yeah, is it 4 o'clock where you are on the morning or afternoon? Because it's currently 7 past 7 p.m. where I am. But yeah, here we go. So again, just like a couple of minutes. Have people arrive, and then I'll probably start it. Because if I start it now, about 10 minutes in, when people actually do arrive on the stream, I'll have to literally stop and go back and repeat myself. So hopefully I'll avoid it this time. You said be live at 4. Oh, did I? Is that what? I'm sick of bloody autocorrecting things that it doesn't need to autocorrect. I'm going to have a look at my tweet. On Twitter it says it just says going to be live streaming soon. That's what I put on Twitter. Anyway, yesterday I had my first jab, so I've got a bit of a swarm today. So that's nice. It kind of feels like you've got kind of an invisible bruise. So that's fun. But so all of my audience, always make sure you get it in the arm that you don't wank with. That's a very important thing. Because believe me, it makes all the difference. Right, have we gotten rid of all the kiddies and that now? There's a reason I click, no, this is not made for children. Because it's not. It's really not. So, yeah. Okay, there we go. So, I'll start off with my thoughts on season 24's Blu-ray set and what I thought of this. So, season 24, there's a slight disappointment in it, looking at it in hindsight. Not when actually watching it, but looking at it in terms of new special features this time around. Obviously, and also the quality as well of the restoration, because to be honest, there wasn't a lot they could actually do with season 24. Essentially, since basically all of season 24's stories were for the most part released towards the end of the DVD run, generally those are the masters that they're going off generally since they were released off there, and generally that's as good as they're going to look, because season 24 apart from the model shots, was entirely filmed on a videotape. So generally it's harder, to get a better quality picture out of it than already is. It looks fine, but there was nothing on that one that kind of blew me away, like in Season 8, where, for example, Terror of the Autons and... what was it? Terror of the Autons, they did a good job on, and... Colony in Space were the two stories in that box set that really sort of like blew you away in the restoration that they'd done to it. Whereas this one, less so. But it is nice to have extended versions of every single story. But in terms of having them be extended, I mean, sometimes it's literally like they're 5 minutes longer in total, if that. In most cases, it's literally like it's a couple of minutes longer than it would have been otherwise. So, but again, it's nice to have, and it's nice to have a extended version, which is the versions I watched. In terms of special features, the In Conversation with Sylvester McCoy was pretty good. It was pretty funny at times because he kept talking about testicles and his little Willy hanging out. And for those who haven't seen that In Conversation with Sylvester McCoy, no, I'm not joking, that does happen, and I'm tempted to actually make an out of context video with just those clips together. There was also a good documentary on how season 24 came about, and probably as my favourite is what's it called, The Doctor's Table, season 24 or something like that, where they did it on the season 23 box set as well, where basically the main cast members of whatever season it is sit around a table and basically answer a few questions that are put to them. The highlight, generally as ever, is the behind the sofas, and this one, you know what, this one is probably the most interesting behind the sofas that they've ever had, because they've never done a behind the sofas where they've had different doctors watching other doctors' stories before in these. So it was really interesting, particularly seeing Colin Baker watch it, and obviously we had Peter Davison and Janet Fielding. Like, no matter what, Janet Fielding has to be in every single one of those behind the sofas, because like, get anybody else, but you've got to have Janet Fielding, because Janet Fielding always gives the best, remarks and comments to whatever's happening. So if you've got Janet Fielding, you're good to go. So I'd say yeah, recommend. I do still recommend season 24, but I'm going to be honest, it's probably going to be the one that I go back to the least out of them. That's probably going to be the one I go back, because I did watch season 24. Season 24 is probably my least favourite classic series season out of all of them, unfortunately. It just is. I mean, my favourite story out of that season is Dragonfire. And in terms of Paradise Towers, I mean, I still didn't like it. I'm sorry, but I still did not like it. I found the concept is pretty good and pretty interesting, but the execution, no. I think it kind of feels like in two minds. Like, it's kind of stuck in between. Either it needs another episode to add more to it, or they needed to cut it down to be a 3-part. I think Paradise Towers would make a better 3-parter than a 4-parter in what's currently there. I think if they added some other element to it, then okay. But for me, it just felt like a long drag in order to get to that end. So, yeah, sorry about that. Also, something I didn't know, and which was interesting in one of the new special features, I didn't realise Sophie Aldred was vegan. That was just something that just poked to my mind, and I don't know why. And also, I think Sylvester McCoy was it Sylvester McCoy who was eating fish and chips in that? I don't know. There you go. Yeah. Oh, I'm just gonna check out this comment. Jamie King says, which box set has the best special features? Oh, that is interesting, because because I guess there's a difference between which one has the best and which one has the most. Because the new special features they added in this box set, all of them are pretty good and pretty interesting. Apart from one, the which was an interview with, I can't remember the name of the actress, but I wasn't really interested in that one. In terms of the best special features that are actually new to the box sets, I don't know, because something I decided to re-watch today, actually, is I re-watched the documentary about John Nathan Turner, the tribute to John Nathan Turner's life and all the things he did, which was on the Season 26 box set. So, and also the one that they did for Elizabeth Slane on Season 14, and they also did a one for Terrence Dicks on the Season 8 one. So I think those, to me, are probably the best special features that they've done on the box sets. The Behind the Sofas I've always enjoyed, apart from the Season 10 ones. The Season 10 ones are not that good, the Behind the Sofas and that, and it's because the people that they got on that, it just, like, apart from Katie Manning and John Levine and that, you know, get basically talking about their insider experience, like, no one else really gave any good comments. I think it's much more interesting to have generally, you know, people who were either involved in Doctor Who at that time or in television at that time giving their thoughts on it. Although I will say what they did with Season 8 and having Sacha Baron Cohen look at John Pertwee's first season and obviously the Masters, you know, first springs, that was actually interesting. He gave some interesting insights to basically comparing his performance to what that was. So that I really enjoyed in terms of that regards. Also, Scarecrow props. I don't know if you've ever. I've sent you season 24 RIP Scarecrow props, but you haven't seemed to check your Facebook. So, you know, check your Facebook Messenger Scarecrow props, because I did send you the RIP. So, why did I say that really weird? Oh, well, but yeah. And it's also something I do appreciate in these box sets, though, is the HD photo galleries. That is something really nice to actually have in these box sets, because like having an HD photo gallery is, to me, just something to really nice to appreciate, because you get to have a look at, you know, behind the scenes stuff, and also generally you get a better look of what costumes or monsters and that looks like more like they did in real life rather than just on screen. Anyway, I think I'll kind of stop there talking about the ceiling box and we'll talk about the main thing we're talking about. So, Evil of the Daleks, and this is something many people have been looking forward to for a while, but God am I worried about this. And there's a reason I'm worried. There is a reason I'm worried, and that is because, and I can't remember her name. If anyone can remember her name, please comment it below. But the woman who was in charge and the producer for the latter two Sun and Moon projects, so Power of the Daleks Special Edition, the Faceless Ones, and kind of towards the end of Macro Terror, she is in charge again of this one. Yeah. Which is very, very worrying. And the reason it's really worrying is because she is infamous for basically being lazy. Like, there's no other way to say it. Like, she is infamous for being lazy. If you watch the behind-the-scenes documentary on the making of the animation for Faceless Ones, literally, she just goes from giving excuse after excuse of, oh, this is why we didn't do this. This is why we made this simplistic. And apparently even she has admitted at panels that maybe she went, you know, the easy simplistic routes, which is like, oh. Also, Jamie looks terrible. Jamie does look terrible again. Like, honestly, just like, why didn't they just stick to Big Finish Creative? Like, they may have had their problems. But their first proper one was leagues better than the ones that Sun and Moon did. personally, in my opinion. And also, I think the biggest problem with Jamie is they've given him lips, and lips don't always look right, particularly in 2D animation. I mean, Patrick Troughton doesn't have, you know, any lips on his animatics, so it just looks really weird when Jamie does. It just looks, frankly, a bit odd. I just don't think you should give these 2D animated, you know, characters. I don't think you should give them, you know, these big lips like that, because it just makes it look off. I mean, it doesn't look like Fraser Hines to begin with, to be honest. But yeah, and also Patrick Troughton looks, it's kind of like an amalgamation between the babyface Patrick Troughton, which we had in Faceless Ones and Macroterra, and the original Sun and Moons Patrick Troughton from Power of the Daleks. It's kind of a bit of a hybrid between those two, which again is a shame, because I would say Fury had the best Troughton. That had the best Troughton likeness out of all of them, personally. Like, even better, I'm gonna say, even better than Cosgrove Hall's Troughton, which, you know, I thought was, until Fury came out, was my favourite animation out of all of them. So yeah, it makes me very worried. Something I am confident about is obviously Rob Ritchie's animation. So obviously I know that the sets are going to be accurate, the Daleks are accurate, and, you know, his animation is fantastic as ever. I will say, although I won't be watching the colour version, because I always watch the black and white versions, they look a bit weird in colour, and I was trying to think of why, and then it dawned on me, they look more white than silver. I think that's the thing, that in the since they're using 2D textures on a 3D model, they've done it so the Daleks look more white, like a kind of off-white colour rather than, you know, more of a silver colour. I think that's why they, what kind of put me off a bit. Obviously, it won't really affect it in watching in black and white. Although something else which I'm not a fan of is it's going to be cropped again. Yeah, that's God, it's not going to look right cropped, and you can tell from that opening scene. Even though they had the borders in for the 4x3 in the editing, if you remember the leaked footage from, was it early this year or late last year? I cannot remember. But, you know, they had the leaked, the editing software did have the post borders in. But the thing is it's like, either do it in 4x3 or 16:9. Don't crop it. And I would be annoyed if they did it in the opposite direction, where they animated in 4x3 and then cropped it to 16:9. Just like, whatever you edit or do it in, just stick to that. Because, for example, in the trailer, which I won't show on this because BBC actually tried to take down my video when I did my initial thoughts on it. Yes, yep, BBC, I'll add it again. But yeah, that scene in the control room where you've got a Dalek on the left and Dalek on the right, that is going to be cut off or partially cut off in 4x3 when they crop it. So what I will do, if that is the case, which it most likely is the case, is what I will do is, obviously I'll be ripping it anyway, and I'll rip the colour 16:9 version, then colour grade it to black and white, render that, and there you go. That'll be the version that I watch in the end. So yeah, it's really bloody annoying. Obviously, I know people are going to say, oh, I don't mind, I'm fine with it. Good for you, but I'm not. And I know people say, there's also the argument, oh, it's more authentic. At the end of the day, you are watching an animation which wouldn't be possible to do back in the 60s anyway, because obviously today, you know, they're using digital animation. I don't know if they're using Flash or some other program. It kind of fluctuates between what ones they use, but yeah, it's just annoying that they've done that. I've also had a bit of flack for pre-ordering the Steelbook. And what I have to say to that is just like, if you think the Steelbook is a rip-off and you don't want to buy it, don't buy it. Simple as. Simple as. I know it's more expensive. I know I'm basically paying for the artwork in a tin. But I'm fine with that. I'm fine for paying for the nicer artwork and having it in a Steelbook. I mean, that clearly sells. It clearly does sell. Why do you think they've been re-releasing series 1 through 8 on Steelbook re-releases again? Because, people will buy them. So there you go. One thing that I've had to have an inquiry about with HMV is I pre-ordered it from HMV when it was at its RRP price of $32.99. And then literally an hour later they dropped the price to where everywhere else had it at $29.99. Though I've inquired about it at HMV to see if I can get my money, see if they'll just refund the money, because it has actually gone out on my PayPal. If not, then I'll just ask them to cancel the order and I'll just reorder it. So, yeah. Whatever you do, though, do not order it from Amazon. Because, God, the horror stories... Like, you can just literally just go on Twitter and type in Doctor 2 Season 24 and just see the amount of people's Blu-ray box sets that either never arrived, or if they did arrive, they were damaged in some shape or form. Just literally you will find tons of them on there, which, yeah, and the reason I don't order from Zavvi, 2 reasons. One, Zavvi take forever to bloody dispatch anything. Yeah, they take forever to dispatch anything, even if you pre-ordered it months ago. Here's an example. On Monday, this Monday, the 4K release of Space Jam is getting released, and I pre-ordered it from HMV since they had it. That was dispatched yesterday, and it will arrive on Monday, according to Royal Mail and its tracking information. Something I ordered from Zavvi, and the only reason I ordered it from Zavvi is because it was exclusive. I ordered Howard the Duck Steelbook, which again is due for a release on Monday, and it still hasn't been dispatched. So yeah, it's not Zavvi. I had this experience actually with Power the Daleks Special Edition, where it came to the day of release and Zavvi still hadn't dispatched it, so I decided to cancel my order, get the bus into town, go to HMV, and buy it there in hand. So, yeah, that's why I don't recommend that. And obviously, Zoom still exists technically, but they don't really get that much these days. But, yeah. Anyway, I can see some comments popping in, so I'm going to read them. Muscala says, hello, how is it going? Going alright. Muscala says, I'm really excited to watch this. I've never seen Evil of the Daleks in full, and CGI looks amazing. So yeah, I will say I do really like Evil. Power to me is my favourite out of the 60s Dalek stories. And probably my favourite, arguably my favourite Dalek story from the classic series, or I don't know, it's either that or Genesis, because it's kind of hard to argue with Genesis because it's not really a Dalek story. It's about them, but they don't feature in it that much, so but there we go. Yeah. My favourite person. The Great Gingerbread Man. Hello, fatty bottom. Oh my god, who cares? LOL. Yep, he loves me that much. And I love him even more. Oh god. Yeah, so basically it's just waiting till that. I'm surprised that we still haven't had any announcements on what the next Blu-ray set is going to be, because again, normally we would know by now, and obviously the theory is it's season 20, which makes the most sense. We know they were working on that at some point, whether they finished it or not. There's also the possibility of season 11, because again that was heavily circled and rumoured here and there, so who knows what will be next. Maybe it'll surprise us, but hey ho, there we go. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah, everyone has kind of forgotten about Web of Fear Special Edition. Yeah, everyone's just kind of forgotten about it. I'm looking forward to that. Not for the animation, it looks completely dogshite because it's motion capture. But I am looking forward to it for the special features, and also it'll be nice to get the new restoration that they'll have done to it. So, yeah. Now, the motion capture that they've done with Web of Fear, it doesn't look like the proper motion capture where you're wearing basically a ping pong ball suit that tracks your movement. It looks more like an AI captured motion capture where they basically just point a camera and they use an AI software to basically get the movements, which is why it looks so janky and jerky and doesn't look quite right. It's the same kind of thing that a lot of YouTubers do when they do videos that, you know, basically use a webcam to basically track movements of a CGI model, which is probably what they've done because obviously that's a lot cheaper and it saves a lot of time as well. So yeah, here we go. More comments popping in, so I'll just read them. So Great Gingerbread Man says, when will you apologise to Captain Jimmy Pie? Never. Because there's nothing I need to I don't need to. Because I've done nothing wrong. Odd Bandicoot 96. If only those last two numbers were fixed around. Crazy how there's only 3 full Houghton serials left to animate. Although to be fair, one of them is Space Pirates, which I don't think any of the animation teams are enthusiastic about doing because it's like, oh, alright. But yeah, be interesting when they do get onto that, and then we'll get onto some Hartnell stuff, which obviously, you know, out of all of Hartnell's stuff, the one that probably people are waiting for the most is probably going to be Master Plan. Because I know basically it was ones that people wanted the most was Power, which we got first, Evil, and, you know, Dalek's Master Plan. So, yeah, and I've said it before, Dalek's Master Plan, it's either going to be, when they do that, it's not an if, because of course they will do that at some point. It's either going to be, you're going to have to double dip, or it's going to be double the price. So what I mean by that is they're either going to split it into 2 releases, where they have the first 6 episodes and then the last 6 episodes, and probably the live action recreation of Mission to the Unknown as a special feature. Or they do it as 1 release, but it's double the price essentially, because, you know, you're getting twice as much content, twice as much price. Which also reminds me, Evil will be the longest Doctor Who animation done to date, because they're animating all 7 episodes. So that Evil of the Daleks is, was it 2 hours and 50 minutes roughly? So yeah, it's nearly 3 hours. Nearly 3 hours. Now obviously, you know, you'd have to take credits and intros off that, so, but still, you know, still getting there, and basically the longest animation to date. And obviously they you know, they don't need to reanimate episode 2, but they obviously will be as ever. I don't know, does anyone actually I know some people rewatch the reanimated existing episodes. I never do. I switch between the 2s, but something I was happy to see is that they're actually doing a proper restoration to the episodes, so thank God for that, because that restoration for Evil of the Daleks was done in the 90s. That was done in the late 90s, that restoration, so yeah, it can look a lot better than it is. So yeah, not that the restoration they did looks bad, but it does look fairly grainy. So, you know, new transfer. Hopefully they do a new transfer if they can. If they can't, obviously they're going to try and clear clean up what there is. But the fact that it's restoration and not just upscale, you know, that does normally make a difference. Because upscale, you can literally just set the resolution and you can call that an upscale. That is literally the only qualities of being classed as an upscale. You can be a good upscale or a bad upscale. A bad upscale is where basically, well, you're technically at that resolution, but, you know, nothing else is there. Anyway, I'm going on a bit. The CGI, however, fear is hideous. This is why I only watch anime these days. Okay, Mr. Valeska. Where was I at? Actually, something I watched yesterday and I surprisingly enjoyed is I watched the 2 Angry Birds movies. Because the second one came on Netflix and I'd heard people saying the second one's actually good. So I thought, oh well, I'll better watch the first one first. I watched the first one, I thought, well, it's alright. It's perfectly fine. It wasn't awful, it was definitely... There was a couple of jokes in that land. And then the second one was actually, you know what, it's actually decent. It's actually alright. I wouldn't call them amazing, but yeah, that's my short little thoughts on that. Anyway. The Great Ginger Egg Man. Here we are. Right. How did the beef between you and Captain Jimmy Pie start? How did it... It started... Well, I guess it wasn't really a beef. It was more just of a friendly rivalry because, to be honest, I don't hate him, and I don't think he hates me either. I think I annoy him, but I don't think, you know, he has it being for blood. I think people take that a bit out of context. But I guess it started when I commented on one of my I sent him a message saying I figured out how to disassemble the 18-inch RC movie Daleks, which he didn't believe me. And I sent him a link to it, and again he said, no, you didn't. I went, well, there's the proof. So, you know, I guess it kind of started at that, but obviously it infamously escalated where when I got the Big Finish sets and I kind of called him out on it. So yeah, and I literally did that as a throwaway joke. That, to be honest, I didn't think anyone would actually get, but to be honest, I was happy with the result because it meant tons of people went flooding to my video on it. So at the end of the day, it kind of worked out. Ooh, that's a bit sore. So yeah, that's how that kind of started. Og Bandicoot 96. Space Pirates makes more sense to finish Season 6. Though, if we know anything about them choosing these, sense doesn't really come into it a lot of the time. Well, yes and no. Generally, it's just like, what assets do they have? Although, I'm surprised they've never really, apart from a few circumstances, apart from people like Rob Ritchie, they've never really shared assets between them. And most of them have had different people working on each one. God, man, that was bloody itchy. So, it's, I don't know, it's just kind of random. I mean, I know that the Big Finish creative, when they were trying to figure out what story to do, evil was on the cards. Basically, they had three options in mind: evil, abominable snowmen, or Fury. And in the end, Fury was chosen. So yeah, it does just kind of decide. It just makes me wish though, because God, the Jamie and the Troughton and the Victoria as well, they look so much better than these ones. They do. Even if the arm length was a bit inconsistent, it still looks better than this. I mean, obviously, I'll wait until I've seen the full thing to do a proper judgment, but God, it just makes me very worried. It does just make me very worried about what we'll end up getting. So yeah, and obviously yeah, so Snowmen and Wheeling Space to finish season 5. Yeah, Wheeling Space. Now, Wheeling Space is currently the only mostly missing Cyberman story. I mean, the only other one that comes close to that is the Moonbase, which is missing half of its episodes, but obviously we've already got a version of that. But Wheeling Space isn't that good. It's alright, it's not... But I would say out of the 60 Cybermen stories, that one's probably the weakest, and it doesn't really feature the Cybermen that much. I mean, they don't appear until episode 3. It's literally the cliffhanger. The beginning of the surviving episode 3, that is the cliffhanger to episode 2. Which obviously, so that is the first time they appear. And, you know, for the most part, it's just 2 Cybermen, and that's it. To the point where at the end, where they needed to make it look like there was a load more Cybermen, there's actually a couple of Tomb Cybermen sneaking about in there. So yeah, The Great Gingerbread Man. When will you delete the 6 Sec Adventures? I will never delete 6 Sec Adventures. The only 6 Sec Adventures will always stay up there. The only time they would ever go down is if the BBC takes them down, because they have attempted, actually. They did, I think it was last year, they tried to take down Series 1 and Series 2 of 6 Sec Adventures, and basically it was a load of, you know, back and forth between them trying to get them scaled, but thankfully Series 1 and 2 of 6 Sec Adventures and the recent specials that I've done are still up there, so... Thankfully, they're still there. Og Bandicoot 96. Rumours of Galaxy 4 being done, which is a bit left field decision. I mean, out of all the ones to choose, Galaxy 4. I mean, the only way I can see that making a bit more sense is because generally how they do it is... Obviously, it hasn't happened in this case, but a lot of the time what they do is they do a popular story, then a less popular story, then a more popular story. Obviously, in this case, they went from doing Fury, which is hailed as an old-time classic, and Evil of the Darks, which is also hailed as a long-time classic. But in between those, they had, in between Fury and Power, they had Macro Terror and Faceless Ones, which, you know, didn't have a bad reputation, but they just kind of had a reputation to them, you know. But yeah, obviously, you know, Fury and now Evil, you know, 2 big heavy hitters. I mean, obviously Daleks equal money, so there you go. To the point where just like Troughton can't even be on the front. In fact, even when he's on the back, he's not even facing it. That's something I would say about the cover. I think the Steelbook cover that's on the screen, I think that would be improved if we had a couple of Black Doom Dalek leaders, a couple of Emperor guards, and they were facing outwards. I think it would just make it look a little more dramatic. And also, obviously, the Emperor is technically out of scale in that picture because he isn't that big. Well, the actual Emperor. I mean, in the animation, from what we see, Rob Ritchie's kind of made him look about the same size as the original is. Maybe slightly bigger. Slightly bigger. But the actual Emperor, the real prop, wasn't that tall. And the main reason he looks taller than he is because he was on top of a stage that... Oh, fuck. Ooh. Do not put my arm up like that. On top of a stage that was about 2.5-ish foot tall. So, yeah. Oh, fuck, that fucking is. Injection, you need to heal. Fuck, where are we? Oh, Bandicoot 96. Wonder when they will have 3 teams animating. Well, to be honest with you, I still can't find any confirmation on who is actually animating this one. So, I don't know. It just seems to be, like, in-house. But it does seem that they do have, you know, we do know that some animators who worked on previous ones are working on this, but the only one that we 100% know is Rob Ritchie, who has worked on all of them. And yeah, I have still, on all my visits to Sunderland, which I go there fairly often, because I live in Newcastle and Sunderland isn't far away, but still never seen Rob Ritchie there. But then again, Rob Ritchie is not the type of person who goes out that much. He's very much more of a stay-at-home kind of person. Plus, he has a baby. He has a baby that he's looking after as well. So, meh. Still though, if I ever do see him, Mr. Valeska says, so 6sec, should I start the 6sec SCU or 6sec the 6sec cinematic universe? Sure, why not, with my figure adventures, as they are set in the same universe as 6sec adventures. Well, technically they are and they aren't, because I don't know if, Mr. Valeska, if you've actually seen the previous ones, but I don't know if they would fit in, but it'd be nice to do them as a kind of either you can always say they're an alternate universe or spin-off, but whenever you need me to do any type of voices, multiple voices, or voice any monsters or villains and that, I will do it. I will do it gladly and happily. The Great Gingerbread Man. Have you ever heard of a YouTuber called Deaf You Blacks? No, I haven't. Hello, the Dr. 11. I know who you are. So the Dr. 11 says, look on the balls on that thing, Doctor. And then Gingerbread Man says to the Dr. 11, you alright, mate? He is not alright. Don't worry. Don't worry. I will look after the Dr. 11. I will make sure he's okay. Because if he isn't, I'll I don't know, nick his 4K Blu-rays. Bockboy asks, yes, Jamie, those are the big ones. The Great Gingerbread Man asks, the thing is, with 6sec, he just drags every conversation. And then Bonk Boy's message was retracted, so whatever he said there, I don't know. The Great Gingerbread Man, I wish the BBC did took it down. I think you mean take it down, but they didn't. The BBC just do auto content matching for everything, to the point where in the past, this has happened several times, where the BBC take down their own videos, which is hilarious. Yeah, the BBC have taken down their own videos in the past due to copywriting themselves. Anyway, Bockboy says, shame the hard drive was recovered. Even if that hard drive wasn't recovered, there wasn't a huge amount on it. It was mostly for audio stuff. Because I mean, you can't really see behind me, but behind my laptop here there is a 6TB hard drive, a 4TB hard drive, an 8TB hard drive, and a 3TB hard drives, all behind me, that have got everything from 4K Blu-ray rips to rips of my CD and all videos that I've done. So yeah. The Great Gingerbread Man says the 6sec Adventures, that is. Great Gingerbread Man at Mommy Boy, 6sec hard drive. Yeah, it was nearly wiped. No, it actually was wiped, but it was. And here's the thing with a hard drive: if you do accidentally format it, you know, as long as you don't write anything else to it, then you can recover it. So, yeah, usually, I mean, I recovered about the only thing that it didn't recover was stuff that didn't matter. So, Yeah, I think I might have lost a couple of big finishes, but again, I can just re-download them from my account. Yeah, I wish it was white. My boy, if I'm honest, I wish it was white. Same. Bonky boy, smiley face, smiley face. The Doctor 11. Seamus hard drive is more recovered than evil. Doctor 11. I'll remember that in the future. Yeah. Yeah, I'll remember that in the future when you want some rips. Recovered, eh? How's that Willy Wonka sitting for you? Because that thing is a bloody nightmare to rip, I can tell you. That thing did not want to rip. Because of its stupid encoding. Bonk Boy says, 6 Second Adventures was nearly gone, like the BBC junking it in the 60s. Now, if 6 Second Adventures was removed, if it was ever removed from YouTube, because the BBC are dicks, what I would probably do is just upload it to my Daily Motion and just have it there. Or I would probably do some edits and remove some sound effects to it. It's generally either background music or sound effects that they catch up on. Evil is better than anything on that hard drive, though. I agree with you. I think Evil was better than anything on that hard drive. Of course it was. Not on the other hard drives, though, because the other hard drives have my DVD and Blu-ray rips of everything from Doctor Who to... Well, I can literally grab stuff over there, but literally just have an entire archive, including Power of the Daleks Reimagined, the Nick Chauvel version, which came out in 2012, which is actually on my Mega account. But actually, I got in contact with Nick Chauvel and told him I still had a copy, and he asked me, "Oh, do you want? You could update the IMDb page." And I think he thought I was joking, but I did decide to update the IMDb page for Power of the Daleks Reimagined and added a few photos on the cover. So yeah. How would you look after the Doctor 11? Well, what I would do is either go to his house or his granny's house and just take care of him. Or I would send him something in the post. I don't know which would be worse. Or I'd wait until he decided to go to Blackpool and then surprise him there. The Great Gingerbread Man, but they are still all pretty bad, to be honest. I mean, if you think they're bad, but you don't have to watch them. And again, you know, I've never claimed my stuff to be amazing, but for me, it's just like, for me, when I watch my own stuff, I don't tend to watch my reviews like after they're gone up. After my reviews of things have gone up, I don't tend to rewatch them, but I do rewatch stuff like 6 Second Adventures and generally the stuff whenever I go to Blackpool and film stuff, because for me it's kind of like reminiscing about it. Just like, oh, I remember this and remember doing that, you know, so I get a bit of nostalgia from watching them. But I don't tend to watch my reviews after they've gone out, because it's just, if I did, it's just me talking about my own opinions, which I know what they are. So, but yeah. Plus, by the time they do go up, I'm sick of the sight of them, because it's like, okay, spend all that time editing, rendering them, chuck them out, there we go. Mr. Valeska, how can you get away with uploading movies and shows on Daily Motion? Simple, you make them more difficult to find, but also Daily Motion doesn't have the same rules that YouTube does, and since Daily Motion isn't as big as YouTube as a platform, it means it takes a lot longer for, you know, companies like the BBC to actually, you know, find your stuff on there. Because I was tempted to upload Power of the Daleks Reimagined on there in full, but I decided not to. But again, if you want to watch Power of the Daleks Reimagined, go to my review. There's a link in the description to download it. So yeah. The Great Gingerbread Man. At one point, he was charging people for 6 Second Adventures. Okay, I know what this is referring to. I didn't charge people to watch 6 Second Adventures, but I did in, what was it, 2018? I think it was 2018. I released Six Second Adventures Series 1 on DVD. And a few people actually did buy it. A few people did actually buy that. And yeah, including, I know one of them was actually bought by someone who gifted it to my old film studies teacher. Because they got in contact with me and paid me for it. And I said, oh, what? I said, oh, yeah, fine. He said, oh, I'm giving it to film studies teacher as a gift. So that was funny. But that, you know, had the same stuff you could watch on YouTube. The only thing that was unique to that is it had some new documentaries and that made for it, and also a fan film which I couldn't release on YouTube. It was only a 2-minute fan film that was done back in 2013. That was done with me and some other people that I couldn't release on YouTube, so it was put on that DVD. So that was what you were missing out on if you didn't get the DVD. But yeah, cost $6.99 for Series On. Yep. A lot, I think. Yeah, but again, a few people did buy it. So there you go. What happened to your Six Second Adventures DVDs? Asks Mr. Valeska again. I know on my website it says limited to 50. I didn't make 50. I make 5. I ended up making. I made 5 copies initially as part of a first batch, and I sold those 5. And basically, I never got any more orders in. So basically, there you go. There's 5 of them out there. One of the rarest DVDs releases out there, but there's 5 of them out in the wild. And actually, I don't think I actually have a copy of it anymore. Yeah, I think, because I thought, oh, I'll keep a copy to myself, but I think I sold that copy. So I don't actually have a copy of it anymore. I could obviously, you know, burn them all, but yeah. Bockboy asks, so that's where all the views from the adventures come from. Okay. I'm not quite sure what that one's referring to, but okay. Mr. Valeska says, how come they're 6 Second Adventures on DVD and not Blu-rays? And that's a fair question. They could have been done on Blu-ray. In fact, when I initially did my advertisement for it, when I initially talked about it in a previous live stream years ago, I said, oh, I'll do DVDs and Blu-rays. However, there's 2 reasons I didn't do Blu-rays. There's 2 reasons. One is because I didn't get any orders for Blu-rays of people. Like, no one was really interested in the Blu-rays. So I just decided to do DVDs. Plus, Blu-rays are more expensive to do. And also, there's a second reason, and it's got to do with the watchability. Because if I was, the way I did them is obviously I would burn them. I would use a disc drive like this. This is a 4K Blu-ray drive, so I could technically do a 4K Blu-ray of the latest 6 Second Adventures if I wanted to. But basically, I would burn them to a disc. The only problem is if you had a PS4, which a lot of people do, a PS4 generally will refuse to read a blank Blu-ray disc because it's worried that you're trying to pirate a game. Now, I did try this. I did make a few test Blu-rays of 6 Second Adventure Series 1, and the PS4 did read it, but it didn't like reading it, though. But it worked in everything else, so that was basically the reason why. I mean, I could do a re-release. If people want, you know, to buy a Blu-ray of it, then I'm more than happy to do it. So, yeah. Also, the reason the DVD came about is because I was trying to think. It was after I was trying to think of ways to try and, you know, make a bit of money at the time, because basically the stuff I was getting to review, like the Doctor Who sex and stuff, was obviously costing a lot, and I didn't have the money at the time. So I was thinking, what can I do just to get me through this? And I didn't want to, and I thought of setting up a Patreon, but I decided not to, and I thought, you know, I'll give them something physical. You know, I'll do something physical. And actually, £6.99, £7. I didn't make a lot on those, even though I sold 5. because getting the blank discs and the boxes for them, and then printing out, getting the artwork and that printed out on it and everything. To be honest, I think I just barely broke even on releasing those on the 5 that I did. I only just barely broke even on them because of the stuff I had to buy for them. So I might have even lost a couple of quid in them. So yeah, there we go. There we go. But that's kind of like the story of that. The Great Gingerbread Man asks, also Cosmic Antics showed a video of you unboxing a chrome Dalek in his underwear, and that's it. Yeah, Cosmic Antics did upload a video which was a clip of did upload a video at one point, I think it was on Twitter, of the clip of me unboxing the chrome movie Dalek cookie jar, which, yes, I was in my underpants when doing that, and stupid old me didn't realise, oh yeah, it's reflective. And when I looked back at the footage, I was just like, you know, they'll be busy looking the dart, who cares? But there you go. There you go. But hey ho, at least I was wearing underwear. At least I remembered to put on underwear for that video. Oh. Where was I at? Ah, yes. Bockboy says, thought you said Mr. Molester and sitting on a toilet. Okay. The Great Gingerbread Man. They are crazy for buying 6-sec adventures. Okay. That's a lot of money. Well, at the end of the day, it's their money. They did what they wanted with it. I mean, some of them I was surprised myself. I remember the last one I sold. They actually lived fairly close to me, fairly local. So I ended up getting the train there and actually posting it through their letterbox. I was actually hoping to actually speak to them, but unfortunately they were out at the time. So I just put it through their letterbox, and that person, you know, if you are watching this, you know who you are, and it was a shame you weren't there when I posted it. But finding your address was bloody difficult, like. Finding your address was really difficult. Because I literally kept going round and round the streets, couldn't find your bloody door number. Anyway. Crazy. That's a lot of money. Bockboy says probably all five in the bin. No. I know all 5 aren't in the bin. I mean, 4 of them could be. But I know one isn't, and that is the one that was gifted to my film studies teacher. Because he actually watched. I think he watched it, but he still does have it. So, yeah, there we go. So at least 1 out of the 5 still exist. The Dr. 11. Anyone bought one probably doesn't have their copy anymore, lol. Again, I know at least one does. The others, I don't know, but at least one survives. True, Dr. 11. The Great Gingerbread Man. Anyone who bought a copy committed suicide? Nope. Again, I don't know this for everyone, but I know that the person who bought one of the copies has actually spoken to me since. So they're still they were alive a couple of weeks ago, so you know, unless they've killed themselves in that time. Mr. Valeska, do your DVDs have main menus, and if so, what are they like? Yes, they do have. They do have full menus, and the menus do have videos playing in the menus and everything. I did design and make the menus and that myself. For it was basically a 2-disc set. If I ever find it, but I'm not sure where I put it, because I was trying to find it the other day, and I'm not sure where it is. I'm literally having a look for it, because I did actually want to have a look at it myself, but I'm not sure where I put the files for it. So, that's a bit of an annoyance. But I created them using a program called Wondershare DVD Creator, which is a free piece of software. But yeah, I can't see it. Oh wait, there it is. No, that's the 6 Sec Productions one. Yeah, that never got released. That one never got released, unfortunately. That's a shame. Let's go with 6 Sec Series 1. Where did I store those DVDs? Who fucking knows? Who fucking knows? I'm not sure where I put the files for them. I'm sure I'll have the files for them somewhere. If not, I can always make another DVD or even a Blu-ray of them. But, yeah. They'll be somewhere. Lost in the ether. All on their own. But, yeah. Unfortunately, I can't show you them. I could, however, show you what they could look like, because this was something that was unreleased. So if I click on display capture, so although this isn't 6 Sec Adventures, a DVD that I planned to release was no, I don't want to download the update now. So this was 6 Sec Productions 2019, 2009-2019 collection, which has, you know, a menu and basic shit like that. But, you know, it would be something similar to that. Where's my mouse gone? There we go. Oh god, VLC has crashed because it doesn't like... VLC has crashed because OBS is running and I'm trying to run too much at once. But yeah, it would be similar to that. Let's end that task. Anyway, I should get back to the questions because I've just been farting about for a bit. Bonkboy says, "Oh dear, Gingerbread Man." The Doctor 11 says, "Maybe I should buy one of them." I mean, you could. It's only series 1, but yeah, you could. You absolutely could. I think also something that is. I know what Thingy Majiggy is talking about, though. Gingerbread Man. He is talking about my website, which I haven't updated in such a bloody long time. But we could have a look at it. So, for those who don't know, I did actually, years ago, I created a website. And in fact... So yes, here is my website, which again has not been updated in bloody years. But yeah, this was it. 6 Sec Adventures Series 1 DVD. Contains all episodes in Series 1 6 Sec Adventures. This 2-disc set includes newly recorded footage for the confidential extended version. Exclusive to this DVD as well are exclusive audio commentaries for 6 Sec's last day of life. And then also 6 Sec Adventures Audio Dramas Series 1. Yeah, which I did a cassette of as well. Are also available on cassette, because I did do a cassette of them. So they're available on cassette. But yeah, let's say when I last updated this website. Oh god. Oh, the white background is missing. Yeah, this website is kind of falling apart because Wix actually emailed me and said, you know, this website will be going out, so this website probably won't exist for that much longer. But god, this was when Power the Daleks was new to Blu-ray and DVD. But yeah, it's just weird looking back at this website. I guess it's kind of like a bit of a time capsule. Basically, these are some screenshots from a 2012 fan film which I'm not allowed to upload to YouTube. It was a fan film that was never finished, and you can see me there dressed as the Doctor. But that one was never finished, unfortunately. And these are just a few screenshots of the adventure. Yeah, stuff like that was just never finished. And then the 6 Sec Adventures episode list. So, Series 1, 2014-2015, Pilot, 6 Sec's Last Day of Life. I did actually include technical specifications on this as well. After the Attack, Mind-Bending Parts 1 and 2. Then Series 2, where my brother Nathan was first introduced, Warcry Part 1 and 2. Cybermat Part 1. And then Cybermat Part 2, which was never finished, and an unfinished version did briefly make it to YouTube, but which was crap. So yeah, but that one was never finished. Cybermat Part 2, never done. Evil Within Parts 1 and 2. Frozen Over Part 1, and then Part 2, it says coming soon in 2017. Yeah, we never finished Frozen Over Part 2. We never even started filming Part 2. 6 Sec's Last Day of Life Relived, Parts 1 and 2, which were from 2017. And then The Final Adventure, which was never finished. It was planned out, but never finishing. Someday I will do a documentary about those. This was the prototype cover for Series 1. This was actually an unused prototype cover. That was the advertisement for Series 2 and some publicity photos. What else is on this? The About Me page. Ah yes, this messaging system does actually still work, I think. I think it still works. I don't know. And there's even an Easter egg. There is even an Easter egg. Again, stuff like this is just... I guess I'm going through this just so... Because this website probably will be taken down because I haven't updated it in so long, and Wix have been saying, oh, you've got to update your website, but I just cannot be asked. So I guess this will be like a little time capsule for the future. I did finish Part 2 of Terror of the Trump. I did do Part 2. I have done Parts 1 and 2 of The Time for Toys, but I never have finished it. And then these were the ones that were planned for the future. Blacklight. The Zombie Christmas. The TARDIS Logs, which came out... blimey, I started it in 2018 and didn't finish it until 2020. That's how long some of these projects can last. And God, there's not one, not two, but 3 Five Nights at Freddy's audio dramas. And there's just other stuff on there, like Whispers of the Night 2017, which I did the first 2 tracks, and that was it. This is on YouTube, actually. Davros Capture and Takeover in 2017, yeah. What's the new 6 Sec? Oh. That's how much I cared about that page. That's the episode list. And back to the shop, but yeah, there's also other stuff. If we go back, Where is this? Not the missing. Here it is, the final adventure, the thing that yous have ever seen. But you know, there you go. Yeah, you'll have never seen this. But there is bits here, like Dalek goes to levels. Publicity photos. Oh, yeah. So the final adventure was meant to be the final 6 Sec adventures taking place after Series 2, and it was going to feature the return of Matthew from the very first 6 Sec adventures, but unfortunately, it was never finished. Unfortunately, it was just never finished, and the reason is because it came at a time where I was finishing 6th form, so I was busy with that, with exams, and obviously ever since then I've been looking for a job, so basically it just never got to that phase, unfortunately, which again is a shame. Again, I do plan to probably make a documentary about it someday, and also I probably might turn it into an audio adventure. But yeah, ooh, look at all these pictures. Wow, younger me. That was actually used for one of my singles that I released. Yeah. I think that's all the pictures. Yeah, but the weekly I did have time to do publicity photos, and there was even a behind the scenes video, and also weekly there was a flashback in the story, which actually is the only footage that is actually recorded of it, other than animated segments that were done. So yeah, there was also a finished Dalek production line scene that was also done. But I guess, what the fuck is that? I guess I'll show you a quick snippet of one of the clips. Oh yeah, no sound. Is this a finish?
Report! Unknown time gate detected. We must change course immediately to avoid it. Change course immediately. Alert, alert, we are unable to change course. Alert, alert, we are unable to change course.
So yeah, that was a clip. When did I make that clip, I wonder? 23rd of June. No, wait, date created 21st on the... That doesn't make sense. It was modified on the 23rd of June, but created on the... Okay. That's a bit odd. That is a bit odd. But yeah, there we go. A bit of a unique insight there, and I'll go back to the chat. Maybe I should buy one. It's true. No. God, there's been a load of comments in the meantime. Okay, stop jumping around, chat. Here we go. So, the Dr. 11 says they watched it, then they died in 7 days. Okay. I just noticed when this is going out live, this is lagging a little bit behind from where I am. Bockboy says, the conversation is dragging. The Space Pirates is more fast-paced than this. Nice reference, Dr. 11. He says. The Dr. 11 says, you leave Space Pirates alone. Yes, the Dr. 11 loves the Space Pirates. Like, unironically loves it. He also says, Wouldn't have mattered if Ryan had pants on or not, as you couldn't see it anyway. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Tempting, but no. I'm gonna be a good boy for YouTube. Jamie King says, what's your least favourite character options figure that you have that's not the 13th Doctor things? I don't have any 13th Doctor figures, so I don't have them. My least favourite figure. I guess some of the figures that I don't give a shit about is like the Uncle figure from Series 6. Like, that figure is just like a figure just like, couldn't give a shit about it. I have it. I do actually own the figure because someone, I can't remember who, one of my family members bought it for me because it was reduced to, I think, £1 at Phoenix, so they bought me that. That's the only reason I have it. Yeah. Bonkboy says this is tedious. Okay. He also then asks, is anyone still alive? No, I killed them all. But don't worry, Dr. 11 is still alive because, you know, I'm not dead yet either. Dr. 11 is still alive though because he's not allowed to die until he sends me those 4K Blu-ray rips. Because, you know, if he doesn't, you know, all I can see is Blu-ray drive firmware. Remember that? Anyway, the Great Gingerbread Man. Here we go. Hopefully we're going to get some better stuff now. I think. Okay. Six Sec secretly loves Captain Jimmy Pie. No, he doesn't. Fuck. I should not be using this arm to stretch, but getting up is so hard. There we go. Oh, fuck. That does knack a bit, like. Mr. Valeska says, I'm trying to get the money for Blu-ray that costs like £50 from Japan on eBay. Can you technically make any movies you want on Blu-ray? In terms of burning Blu-rays, yes you can. I will say though, be careful when importing Blu-rays from Japan. Most of them will play in the UK, but there are some instances where you'll have to do the top menu trick in order to get them to play. And what that is basically when you put it in the Blu-ray player, you press stop, and then you press top menu a couple of times, and then it'll go to the menu. It's weird to go with region coding and that. Obviously, if you're ripping a Blu-ray, doesn't matter what region it is. Same with DVDs, because it bypasses that. But yeah. But yeah, you can burn any Blu-ray disc you like. But yeah, more and more Blu-rays these days are actually region free, even if they say they're region. For example, Warner Brothers, I know for a fact, don't put region coding on any of their discs, even if they say it's a region 1 disc. It doesn't actually have any region coding on, and the reason is because they can't be asked. Because it's easier to not bother putting region coding on and then just say that you have, and then basically just press the same disc for everywhere. The Great Gingerbread Man says, had Jimmy Savile haircut back then? Yeah, that reminds me of high school. That reminds everyone used to everyone used to see in high school saying I looked like Jimmy Savile. Which, to be honest, I thought was actually pretty funny myself, so... Nelson Jackson, yeah, come on. Great Gingerbread Man, at Bonk Boy says, what... pardon me. What is the most cringiest six-sec moment for you? He asks Bonk Boy. I'll be interested to see what there is in the next bit. Oh, the Dr. 11 retracting a message. I wonder what it was. I'm sure it was precious. The Great Gingerbread Man. He looks like young Boris Johnson now. Oh shit, I've left... Hang on. I left the soft cheese out. Oh, move that. Yes, oh. Someone should do a side-by-side comparison between me and Boris. That'd be funny. Anyway. Boy says the website is falling apart like the Twin Towers. Ooh. Got an edgy boy here. Love to see that. Great Gingerbread Man says, I like how... Let's try this again. I like how no one cares about this website and he is just there talking to nobody. Well, technically I'm always talking to nobody in these live streams. Oh, the boiler's gone off. That's good. Because I'm sitting currently in the kitchen talking to a screen. But yeah, to be honest, the main reason I went through the website like that, I normally won't, but I'm just kind of getting it on the live stream so then it can have some sort of archive when it does eventually go kaput. The Great Gingerbread Man. I like how no one can... Alright, I've just read that one. Miska Valeska says, come on, Gingerbread Man. You must care if you're here. Oh. The Great Gingerbread Man. Also, Six-Sex brother is weird as well. Not really. My brother is a pretty typical teenager. My sister's weird, though. Not as weird as I am. Nowhere near as weird as I am, but still. Great Gingerbread Man at Mr. Valeska. Six-Sec is a weirdo. Why do you like him? I am a weirdo. But the thing is, I like being a weirdo. I like being different. Because, after all, normality is what one perceives it to be. So there you go. There you go. Besides, normal's boring. I like to be the one that stands out in the crowd, not to... I don't like blending in, I like standing out. Mr. Valeska, act the Great Gingerbread Man. I find those videos entertaining. I'm not sure why you hate him because of Jimmy Pie. Because they don't dislike each other. I mean, we don't particularly like each other much, but, you know, we don't hate each other. We disagree. It's called disagreeing. Because... People have this weird perception that me and Captain Jimmy Pie were constantly battling with each other and arguing with each other. That wasn't the case. That was not the case. We had a bit of friendly rivalry, but it wasn't actually us doing the fighting. It was actually us. Literally, it was like watching ants just literally attack each other on both sides. I was just literally watching this thing just going, this is the most fucking entertaining thing I've ever seen. Just literally seeing people going back and forth. That was basically the people having the beef between each other. If I was pointing your way, so that was basically a thing. But you know, I mean, we didn't, you know, we didn't particularly like each other, but you know, we didn't have an absolute dire hatred of each other either. We mainly we disagreed. That was it. Do you know people are allowed to disagree? I know. Anyway, oh god. I cringed myself slightly at looking at that YouTube channel name. The Snowflake. Okay. I haven't even read the comic, but I'm wondering, I've got a feeling I know where this one's going to go, but okay. The Snowflake says, I was thinking recently on... okay, it's nothing like I thought it was. I thought it was going to go... I thought that comic was going to go somewhere else, but it didn't. I'm slightly disappointed it didn't now, actually. Anyway, the Snowflake says, I was recently thinking of Product Enterprise could make a 12-inch first movie Dalek. Well, they didn't. And Product Enterprise, well, they still technically exist as a company, though they're no longer called Product Enterprise, and I think there's about 4 to 6 people who work for them, and they don't do anything that they used to do. I don't even know if they're in toy distribution these days, but yeah. But yeah, they never did that. They did the 8-inch infrared ones, which are probably the most accurate Product Enterprise Daleks they ever made. Bunk Boy says it's Boris Johnson. Okay. Okay, there we go. Here we go. The Snowflake says, because if they remove the slack sections and the belt... Yes, I know that. But there is a reason that they didn't do that. There is a reason that they didn't do that. And if I remember rightly, I think it's got something to do with the structure integrity of it, essentially. If I remember rightly. It's got something that... Basically, the middle section would help also keep it together. Although it is screwed together, that middle section with the slacks going around would actually also help it keep it together better, which is why they decided to go that route. But who knows? Bonk Boy says Anne-Marie Walsh is better at animating than this. Anne-Marie doesn't actually do the animation. So, technically, anything is better than hers. Because she doesn't actually do it. She's in charge of it. But she doesn't actually do any animating. Usually. She usually... you know, she's the producer. She's not an animator. The Snowflake says... also, do you know how to take apart the 12-inch movie Daleks as they are challenged for that slack section? Wondering if there was unclick. Yeah, the slack section on the movie Daleks, you can do it, but God, I would. The thing is, I wouldn't want to try. I really wouldn't want to try. That's basically what I'm going to say on that. Like, it is possible, but I wouldn't want to try. If you can, like, try and get it just, like, unclipped enough from the Dalek itself so you can slide it over the next section and over the dome. But otherwise, just like, I wouldn't try it. Otherwise, be prepared to basically break something. The Great Gingerbread Man says, okay, I'm back with my cup of tea while Sixek is on his website. Okay, great. The Great Gingerbread Man says, do you like Mr. TARDIS? I used to. Until he started reviewing Series 11. And oh god, when he started doing Series 11 and became a massive SJW, and he did. He said he didn't, but he did, and he has also said in the past that people who don't like Jodie Whittaker or don't like Series 11 are not true Doctor Who fans and blah 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 blah, or you're not a fan. And basically, he gets annoyed that people complain about Jodie Whittaker, but he'll complain if you don't like her as well. So, yeah. But, yeah, no, not a fan. I was subscribed to him for years. I think I was subscribed to him from probably 2011. He was one of my earliest I subscribed to him in 2011, and I was subscribed to him all the way up until 2018. So there we go. The Great Gingerbread Man. What are your least favourite Doctor Who YouTubers? Well, the thing is, I don't really watch Doctor Who YouTubers. That's the thing. I don't watch Doctor Who YouTubers generally. Like the only ones that I still watch on a basis whenever they upload a video is Stu Bagfull, who is is kind of a Doctor Who YouTuber, though less so now than he used to be. I mean, he used to be known as the Herbal Crackpot. That is what his channel used to be. But Stu Bagfull I still regularly watch whenever he uploads a video. And then there's Batman March. There's also PB Props, who again technically isn't a Doctor YouTuber, but it's the content he has done the most of. Yeah. But and then the others I don't watch any of the others, so I couldn't really see what my least favourite one is because I don't tend to watch them, really. Yeah. Mr. Valeska says, chat jumped about there. Mr. Valeska says, yeah, I checked X, the one I'm looking for is region 3, so yeah, that'll work, no problem, no issues. The Doctor 11, anyone that's not him. I am not my favourite Doctor YouTuber. Or at least, I don't know, my mind is kind of going a bit at this point. The Gingerbread Man says, Six Sec gets bullied. It should say Six Sec got bullied. There we go. At high school. Yep, I did. I did. And the thing is, I remember my mother always warned the school, saying one day he would retaliate, and on several occasions I did, and I fucking knocked the shite out of them. And in fact, I was talking to my granny about this the other day. There was a kid who one day decided, out of the blue, to jump on my back and start strangling me, like proper strangling me. So I basically threw him over my shoulder, and he banged his head off the ground, and yeah, he had to basically have his go to the hospital because he needed his head stitched up here because he basically cut his head there. But I did not get in trouble for that, actually. Yeah, I didn't get in trouble for that because that was one of the few times where I retaliated, where I didn't get in trouble, since he was physically strangling me. The other occasions is where I literally basically thumped someone because I just couldn't take it anymore. So yeah, that's what happened back then. So I have my limits. Anyway, Bonk Boy says Lord Farquaad. Well, if I was Lord Farquaad, I'd get to meet Shrek. So, not all bad. Not all bad. The Great Gingerbread Man says, bear in mind, Six Sec has been doing this for 10 years and he ain't monetized. Actually, I used to be monetized. In fact, I did a video about me losing my monetization. But I did used to be monetized. However, I will now never be monetized. And the reason is because I am not family friendly. Basically, if you are not family friendly, you ain't getting monetization. No chance. And even if you do, you'll be making fuck up. Like, people think monetization, you make tons of money. You don't. You really don't make tons of money. That's why so many YouTubers now have sponsors or or Patreons, or both in most cases. That is generally where most YouTubers make the majority of their money, is through Patreons and particularly sponsorships. That's why, you know, there's the meme of obviously Raid Shadow Legends, where every YouTuber on the bloody planet talks about it. So yeah, that's where generally YouTubers will make their money off, is generally sponsorships is where the big money is. The Snowflake says, I know Product Enterprise are no longer a company here. An idea how to fix the wheels on a 12-inch Product Enterprise side that where the let me read that again. Any idea how to fix a wheel that is not working on a Product Enterprise Dalek? Where is the one that moves the head? Wheel. Right. So, basically, what it sounds like is possibly one of the motors has seized up. So basically, that's generally, if that is the case, then it's a simple process of just squirting some WD-40 into the motor and twisting it a few times until it's able to move freely on its own, and then there you go, Bob's your uncle. Bunk Boy says, will your channel ever die? Not for the foreseeable future. That's what I'll say so far. The Snowflake says, thoughts on Comic Antics video on Mr. Size regenerating and the recent one where you are an ambulance. So I did talk about the ambulance one at the start of this live stream, which I thought, yeah, it was pretty funny. It's not my favourite video of his. I prefer his earlier versions. The Mr. Size regeneration, I watched it and I didn't really have any feelings about that one. I was less interested in that one, cause I think it's because I just don't like Mr. Talis. The Gingerbread Man says, act Bonk Boy, oh I wish. And then the Gingerbread Man also says, 6Sec's favourite YouTuber is Jimmy Pie. No, it is not. It is not. My favourite YouTuber... It could be Stu Bagful. It might be Stu Bagful. Or maybe Count Dankula. Kind of depends what mood I'm in. Yeah, but that probably my favourite. The Great Gingerbread Man asks, 6Sec, will you fight Captain Jimmy Pie? Oh god, I am sick of hearing this question. If you're asking, am I going to physically fight him in a ring? No. Because for one, I ain't going all the way to wherever the fuck he currently lives. Okay? And two, if I'm going to fight him online, no, because again, can't be asked. Too much effort. The Great Gingerbread Man says, I come off it. 6Sec cannot win a fight. Okay. The Great Gingerbread Man, sumo wrestling maps. Okay. Oh, this is someone else. Barbara Kay's ham sandwich butler. That's a fascinating name there. Subscribe to Kay's Cooking. Okay. Bonk Boy says, the chat is dying up more than the current missing episodes recoveries. So. Oh, and Cosmic Antics popped up at the bottom there, and it says message retracted. That's a shame. That's a shame. That is a shame. Come on, Cosmic Antics. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I upset you in any way, Cosmic Antics. No. No. Fuck. The Doctor 11 has sent me a message on Messenger. Says, read this, you know everyone's here, just... Hang on. Read this chat, you know everyone's here to just see you read us slag you off. Yeah. To be honest, I kind of enjoy it, though. I do kind of enjoy... I enjoy it because I enjoy laughing at myself. I do kind of enjoy... I enjoy it because I enjoy laughing. Okay. So, yeah. There we go. What else could I really say? I spent £106 today pre-ordering these. Yeah, these are Kesha's first 3 albums. Only available on Urban Outfitters US. At least for these versions. So that's something. And I don't know what else to say. Oh, thank God. Great Gingerbread Man, what have you blessed me with? Who do you prefer, me or Cosmic? I'm going... Thing is, Cosmic kind of... I was going to say Cosmic, but then again, he took away all of his videos, which he had at the time, which was a shame. Although, saying that, I don't know. Depends what day of the week. To be fair, you keep coming back for more, which always makes it more entertaining. So we'll see. But yeah, I hope you get that video back up. Actually, I'm gonna have a look on your channel. But yeah, there's oh, your video's back up. Oh shit, here we go, kids. Hang on. Here we go. So I'm gonna react to "Don't Waste Your Money on." Hang on. Let's read the full title. Don't waste your money on this plus 6 sec gets pwned. Ha ha. Yeah. Why 240p? Why would I want to watch it at 240p? Like, honestly, YouTube. Like, why would I want to watch it at 240p? Actually, we'll do it in this because OBS doesn't like me doing it in full screen. OBS doesn't like me running videos, does it? I don't know why. Let's try this again.
Look at this dude. Wait till you see the... No.
Hang on. Okay, so that's apparently what I'm gonna look like when I'm bald. If I go bald. I kind of look. I don't know. Something about it just reminds me of Jim Carrey's Dr. Eggman, or Robotnik, depending on which you prefer. But yeah, I don't know who that guy is that video's from. But yeah, come on, do your own voice. Also, God, your battery was running out when you were doing this, wasn't it? Yeah, your battery was running out.
Look at the top of his head.
Oh.
Look at his lips. Bro, look at this dude. Look at his hair.
Again, that voice sounds familiar. I probably heard it before for something else. I think I've heard it from a meme.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh, that. Ooh. Yeah, iOS doesn't seem to like arranging the pictures much in its mobile version.
Who told Young Thug to do this?
This is getting a like, though. This is definitely getting a like. Alright. That's getting a like, though. I did enjoy that one. I did enjoy that one. The Great Gingerbread Man asks, who do you prefer, Captain Jimmy Pie or Jimmy Pie? Well, they're the same person. They're the same, so... Bunkboy says, a live reaction. It's worse than Matt Lucas. The Great Gingerbread Man says, better than your videos. Not according to the view count. But again, views on everything. Because they're really not. Because there is a lot of shite out there. But, okay. But, yeah, keep making... Your videos are getting better with each one, I will say, though. Each one is getting better from... You know, you've come a long way, Great Gingerbread Man, from the fucking insert a Family Guy clip in the corner to this one. So, you know, fair dues. You have improved, my son. Cosmic Antics says, hello. Hello, Cosmic Antics. How do you do? Yeah. Yeah, stuff like that. But I'm glad that video was able to make up. In fact, actually, something I haven't done, and I'm going to show it to prove it. Oh, I don't want to open Publisher, no. I don't want to open Publisher. Fuck off. I don't want to open Publisher. Okay, Great Gingerbread Man, I've forgotten to have done this, but, you know, there you go. There you go. There you go, Great Gingerbread Man. Yeah. Okay. So you've been here since 2015. And 120, that's, yeah. Okay. Fuck it. Oh, where's that video gone? Well, okay, it's still there. It's still there, phew. It didn't go. It didn't die. Thank God for that. Thank God it didn't die. Because that would be a shame. Patty cake, make us a man. Make me a cake as fast as you can. Ba ba da ba da, ba ba da ba da. Yeah. So, this is the point. And for those who are used to hearing the live stream will know exactly what I'm going to say now. So, if anybody else has anything else to say, please say it in the comments below. Now it is, we'll see. I'll wait until 5 to 9. Yeah, I'll wait until 5 to 9 or whatever. So yeah. Oh, it's a bit there, Cosmic Antics. So I might work on new adventures. I'm looking forward to seeing new adventures from Cosmic Antics. If he wants to, though. Well, hopefully you do, Cosmic Antics. Hopefully you do, because we all enjoy them. So, yeah. Anyway, if anyone else has anything else to ask or say, but if not, then I'll probably close this live stream off, and we'll see you in a whenever kind of thing. So, yeah. Friday night as well. Cosmic Antics says, also, fun fact, remember the triangles that catches me? Yeah? Yeah, I remember the triangles. Ow. It goes outside the aspect ratio. notification. Oh! Russ Rep is, hang on. Is with so Russ Reps just messaged me saying that the 8th Dr. Sonic, which I had commissioned months ago, should be about 1 week away. So that's good. So hopefully in about a week's time, I should get the RB 8th Dr. Sonic, the 2021 edition. So that'll be nice to have. Cosmonic says, I did that on purpose, lol. Here we go. Mr. Valeska says, what would your next 6-sec adventures be about? Well, the thing is, and this is why I plan to probably someday do a documentary, but there are quite a lot of 6-sec adventures that were planned and that never came to fruition. So I'm not going to say anything just in case I end up either making them or possibly, adding them to a documentary. So, but there were plans to do other things, so I'll just say that for now. It is warm under here. I'm going to put the fan boosters on because I'm going to have to probably clear the fans out of this. The Snowflake says, also I think it's a cog that rotates as okay. When you open it up, you'll see exactly what you need to do. Mr. Valeska says, what did you get? Did you get the job for the tech support? Unfortunately, I didn't. I got into the final 2, but unfortunately, I didn't quite get the job, unfortunately. Snowflake says, these screams are like quans, and also so discussions where we share happy memories. Is that what these are meant to be? I thought it was just like everyone takes the piss out of me for a couple of hours and I just laugh along. Mr. Valeska says, what's your favourite Cyberman design? And who would you want would you want... Oh, sorry. What's your favourite Cyberman design? And what would you want Doctor Who to do with the Cybermen next? So, my favourite design... I don't know, it's kind of a cross between the Earthshock look, but then I do really like the look from the Invasion as well, so... In terms of what I want to do with them next, have a Cyberman story that is actually, just about the Cybermen, and, they're not... shoved to the side for the Master to come in and become the main villain, or shoved to the side where they're just basically a cameo. A proper Cyberman story. And, have it be more about, I guess the body horror aspect. I know they can only do so much for that, but, come on. The Great Gingerbread Man says, I can't stand and where 6X dyslexia cuts in. Neither can I, to be honest, but there we go. There we go. Unfortunately, there's nothing really I can do about it. So, yeah, it's just an unfortunate thing. Mr. Valeska says, mine are the Earthshocks, but for my figure adventures, I'm using the Silver Nemesis ones. Makes sense, because obviously, I mean, I think I ended up getting like 6 or 7 of those, because when they were reduced to like, what was it, $12.99 or something like that, or I ended up getting quite a few of them to army build. Although, seeing that the only Silver Nemesis set that I actually ever opened was that first one that I got. The Snowflake asks, I ask the most boring questions, lol. Okay. I know. I was going to say this, I should have said this ages ago. Books. I want you all now to go think of a would you rather question for me. And go as batshit insane or go as weird as possible as you can. Like, just ask me a would you rather question, like absolutely anything. And while you do that, I'm going to go and take a piss. Right. I'm going to wait for that to stop doing that. Come on, toilet. Let's see. I'm in shop. Yes, I am. Okay. So. There we go. Right. That's the most interesting things I mentioned. Mr. Valeska says, I can't wait for more Earthshock sets and B&M. I only have one at the moment. Gingerbread Man says, oh my god, I gotta hear him. Oh my god, I hear him. Gingerbread Man says, I can't be bothered to ask one. Then the great Gingerbread Man says, also, why waste your money on steelbooks? Again, I went through this at the beginning, but you weren't here or weren't listening, one of the two. But the reason I buy steelbooks is because I want to. Simple as, I don't mind paying for the nicer artwork. That's it. You could make the argument about anything. You could literally make the argument about anything. I mean, I still to this day have people saying, oh, why do you buy the Blu-ray box sets? They're all available on DVD and they're cheaper. Again, because I want to. I mean, why do you think, obviously, clearly they're making money. I mean, why do you think they re-released series 1 through 8 on Steelbook? You know, I don't mind paying for nicer artwork. I don't mind. And I know I'm paying more for it. I know I am, but I don't mind paying more for something that I like. If you don't, that's fine. Don't buy it. No one's forcing you. Anyway, because I'm sick of going over that over and over again. In future, I'm just going to go look at this. Look at an hour 59 on my live stream for this. It costs £30. The Blu-ray box set costs £45. Yes, but do you know that animation costs a lot more? Like the Blu-ray is £20. The DVD is it 15 or was it a little bit more? We'll go have a look actually. Yeah, the DVD is actually it's £15 on HMV. It's £12.99 on Zavi. However, on Zavi you have to pay £2 postage, so it'll come up to the same price on Zavi. Yeah. But again, you're paying for quality boost in that, like a picture quality boost, plus Blu-rays do cost a few pence more to press. But yeah, essentially, the more you pay, you're basically paying for nicer packaging. Like, you could buy the limited edition versions of the Blu-ray sets, or you could wait and get the standard releases, which will go down in price over time. It's just economics. It's just the way the world works. You know. I mean, you can make the argument, it's like, oh, why do you buy your music on vinyl when you've got it digitally? Because I like to have something on a physical format, and it's nice to have. Like, at the end of the day, you know. I mean, I don't know why it works you up so much that I think you so much that I just buy something that you're not. But okay. Like, if it was something where, like, if I bought the same product and it was cheaper somewhere else, then yeah, you've got a point. But otherwise, no, don't bother. So, anyway, where were we? You go on about money and all the time you waste so much on the steelbooks. Again, I'm not wasting so much money because it's worth it to me. So, to me, that isn't worth it. It would be a waste of money if I went and bought the DVD, because for me, that isn't worth it for me. But for the steelbook, yeah, happy with that. So again, you know, if you think it's a waste of money, then by all means. By all means. I mean, some people say that buying Blu-ray drives and that is a waste of money. Why bother ripping your Blu-rays or 4K Blu-rays? But again, it's something I like to do. But yeah, I'm getting pretty sick of asking that, like. Also, I don't buy DVDs unless there is no other options to buy something. I will buy, if there's a 4K Blu-ray, that'll be my first option, then Blu-ray, and then obviously DVD. But you know, generally I don't buy DVDs. Like the only new DVD that I've pre-ordered is the behind the scenes on the Pertwee years that BBV are releasing. But yeah, I mean, I spent £1,000 on a lovely 4K OLED TV, so you know I want to get the best out of it. I'm getting ripped off. I'm not really getting ripped off. Excuse me. I'm not really you know, if it was £40, £60, then yeah, that'd be a rip-off. But, if you know, at the end of the day, that, to me, isn't a rip-off. That kind of lines up with the price of steelbooks, really, when you think about it. For example, last week, in fact, no, not last week, last week, I got Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory steelbook from Zavi, and that was a 4K Blu-ray, and that again cost me about £30. So yeah, buying steelbooks are normally around £30. And sometimes steelbooks go on offer. I mean, Fury from the Deep did, but again, if I want it on release date, and I don't mind paying for it. So there we go. I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot, and I feel like he's repeating himself, so I think we're just going in a bit of an endless circle. Anyway, he also says, but you mentioned about the cover art for Evil Steelbooks and there is no Emmersgard. Yes, I said that's what I would do. I said that's what I would do. but I still really do like it. Like, that Emperor does look really nice on that front cover. But that, you know, those having the Emperor's guards, like, that's a slight, you know, nitpick. Otherwise, that's probably my favourite Steelbook cover out of all of them. I've got to be honest, that looks really nice. Now, if a Steelbook came out where I didn't like the artwork on it, then I wouldn't buy it. For example, Toy Story 4. I didn't like the Steelbook artwork, so I just bought the standard version. There we go. That as simple as that. To say, if I like the artwork, I'll pay extra for it happily. And then the Gingerbread Man says, "But I'm smarter and will not waste my money on a Steelbook compared to you. Bloody hell." At the end of the day, I'm not wasting my money because to me, it's not a waste to me. If it's a waste to you, then yes, you would be wasting your money. But if it's the version you want, there you go. Gingerbread said, I mean, I've got a friend, the Dr. 11, who I'm not going to reveal their name, although I think a lot of people already know. The Dr. 11, who was in the chat before, he has pre-ordered the DVD, the Blu-ray, and the Steelbook Blu-ray. He's pre-ordered all three. So yeah, if you think I'm wasting my money, take a look at his stuff. The Gingerbread says, what have you done? What have you done? Invaded Fort Knox to get the Steelbooks. I wish. I wish. No. I was sitting and on my phone, and I was sitting playing on my phone, and I saw that it gone up on HMV, so I pre-ordered it. That simple. The Great Ginger Egg Man says that money could go to charity. Yeah, but it won't, because it's my money. Plus, I gave quite a bit of money to charity when I bought all them bloody red noses. If you remember, in those on my other channel, I bought a fucking ton of red noses. So yeah. The Dr. 11. And I intend to get the US... Oh, the Dr. 11 is going to get the US DVD. The US DVD does look better than the UK one. Because for some reason, I don't know why, but the US DVD of Evil of the Daleks uses the Evil of the Daleks vinyl artwork, which is infinitely better than the lazy half-arsed one they did for the standard release. Again, I don't know why they did that, but yeah. Also, I haven't seen a Blu-ray announced for the US for Evil, which is interesting. But again, if you do live in the US, the Blu-rays are region free, so you can bring them over there. I'm sure you probably all know, but yeah, you can bring them over there and happy days. Man, you should get the DVD or wait for the Blu-ray box set for season 4 to come. Wait, what? I don't buy DVDs, Great Gingerbread Man. Unless there is literally no other option of getting something on that format, I don't buy DVDs. End of discussion. I've pre-ordered it. I will receive it when it comes out on Steelbook. End of. I don't know what, guy. Honestly, God, it's getting boring. This going round in circles. The Gingerbread Man acts 6 sec. He is cross at you for doing now, yet he wastes his money on the Steelbook. I'm not cross at the Dr. 11. Believe me, there's other reasons to be cross at the Dr. 11. But I'm not cross at the Dr. 11. Also, at the Dr. 11, have you downloaded Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory yet? Because, come on, it's sitting on my Mega account taking up storage. Mr. Valeska says, would you rather lose your vision or your arms? That is an interest. I was hoping it'd be a funny one. Come on, everyone, bring in the would you rather's while I answer this one. But yeah, make them as like just go all out on them, like make them as crazy. Would I rather lose my arms? Would you rather lose your vision or your arms? I think I'd rather lose my arms. Because at least, you know, if you lose your vision, you know, I mean, currently, if you lose your vision, you're essentially fucked. You know, unless you're lucky enough to have, you know, eye surgery that can repair or get a replacement set of eyeballs, you're fucked. Arms, I'd rather lose... Oh. I think we lost connection there for a second. Let me just double check my back. Yes, we are. Okay. So yeah, but if I lost my arms, I'd still be able to watch, you know, and enjoy all the programs that I do, and particularly also listen to all of the big finishes, because, you know, doing that, it'd be more difficult to use my phone or tablet without arms. But it'd be near impossible to do it fucking blind. So yeah, I'd rather lose my arms. The Ginger Bank says, oh god, fuck off about the steelbook. It's boring. Stop being boring, Gingerbread Man. Come on, I preferred it when you were exciting. Well, not exciting, but interesting. But now you're just kind of like a stuck record. Anyway, the Great Gingerbread Man. Success should get a Minister for Finance for his collection. Okay. The Dr. 11 says, what are more important, my life or the collection Blu-ray box sets? Are you talking about this from my perspective or your perspective? Because if you were to ask me what's more important to me, you know, your life or my Blu-ray box sets, you know, the collection box sets. Oh. This sounds horrible, I know, but it's a difficult one. The thing is, if I was allowed to keep the current box sets I've got, then your life. But if not, The Great Gingerbread Man. Would you rather become poor and get a bread? Sorry, let me read this again. Would you rather become poor and get bread as your So would you rather become poor and get bread as you're hungry, or become poor and the evil steelbook? Alright, okay, so he's asking, so in both scenarios I'm poor, so that bit's unavoidable. So would I rather have that or the evil steelbook? Well, bread, I'd rather have the evil steelbook, because that you could buy a lot more. Like, the thing is, I would, you know, even if I had no money to watch it, it would be more than fucking bread. I could buy more, I could sell it and buy more fucking bread with it. Even CEX would give me more money for that. But, so yeah, I'd still rather have the steelbook. It's worth more than fucking bread. I've got bloody French stick over there. It costs £1. So, the Great Gingerbread Man. We are going into a recession because he is wasting his money. No, that's actually the opposite. That's not how a recession works. In fact, actually, that would be bringing us out of a recession, because if people can afford to buy things, then they can buy more things, which makes basically a stronger economy. When people can't afford to buy anything, like buy the extra things or buy steelbooks, that's when we're going into a recession, because no one can afford to buy anything, and it means companies can't afford to make anything or provide a service. So I'm doing the economy a favour. You're welcome. The Dr. 11, the gingerbread man might be spastic. Okay, thank you, Dr. 11. Mr. Valeska, would you rather do it with a 90-year-old Brazilian woman in front of a crowd of 600 people? Oh! Sorry, or live on the moon with nothing but rice cakes for 15 years. I would do it with the 90-year-old woman in front of 600 people. I'd fucking live stream it as well. Oh. Oh. I'd probably kill her, to be honest, but, you know, I just... Oh, fucking hell. Oh, I feel a bit dizzy. It's made me dizzy, that. The Great Ginger Man says, at the Dr. 11, no, I'm just mocking Six Sec, and he loves moaning about money. Okay. Well, I have got plenty of money. I'm not rich, but I generally do always have enough to buy what I generally want to be buying, because I budget myself. And since the B&M sets are most likely coming out in August, then that gives me a bit more leeway. Anyway, the Great Gingerbread Man says, but the I'm just going. Okay, Gingerbread Man, I'm just going to ignore any comments if you keep going on about steelbooks, because I'm bored of it. Like honestly, if you're insulting me, great. But God, going on about the fucking steelbook is fucking boring. Like, just don't be boring. Like, come on. I was hoping you weren't just going to be one note, but you seem to latched on to this one thing and keep bringing it up again and again. Just don't be boring. Don't be Chris Chibnall. Because his stuff is fucking boring mostly. Anyway, Mr. Valeska, would you rather go on a date with Chris Chibnall or have immortality? Is that oh, okay. I'm guessing you're thinking, going along the lines of immortality is a curse, not a blessing. I'd rather have immortality. I'd still rather have immortality. Because, you know, I could then kill Chris Chibnall, and then, you know, I'd get a life sentence in prison. But, you know, a life sentence could be about 130, 160 years. If I've got immortality, that's a fucking doddle. So, there we go. The Dr. 11 says, I'm brilliant at the baguette. At the budget. At the budget, even. Not the baguette. The baguette is over there. I got one bit mental. Okay, the Great Gingerbread Man says, at the Dr. 11, Six Sec is not as he is wasting his money on the... Oh, fuck. Okay. The Dr. 11, check your messages. Hello, Liam Gallagher. Okay. I won't tell them. I won't tell them. Just don't break the discs, you know. Make sure you don't get anything in between the layers. I'm not gonna say any more about it. The Great Ginger. Yeah. Oh, this is gonna annoy the Dr. 11, not me though. This is just funny. The Great Gingerbread Man. Also at the Dr. 11, I thought you were 6's ex-boyfriend until he backslapped you. Oh, that's perfect. That is fucking I'm screenshotting that. I am screenshotting that. Oh, God. That is perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, I'm. Just give me a second, chat. I'll just save this. There we go. I'm just gonna send it to a chat in Messenger. Just gonna send it to a certain chat in Messenger. Yeah. Right. Gary B. I don't know who you are, Gary B, but hello, Gary B. They need to do a Marco Polo and the Crusades for the first 2 seasons. Oh, I'm disappointed that now we've gone back to normal questions again. Oh, slightly disappointed in that. The Dr. 11. Oh boy. It's the starving kids in Africa that are making the steel books for half a penny a day. It's actually not. The steel books are, some of them are manufactured in Liverpool actually, and various other places. The Great Gingerbread Man, 6 sec. Okay, you can stop now. Mr. Valeska. Mr. Valeska asks, go back, you missed my would you rather. Okay. No, I didn't. I answered it. I answered the would you rather. I said I'd rather have immortality. I answered it. I answered the would you rather. I said immortality. Come on. Someone do another would you rather. They're the best. Just like, come on. Just make it. Just completely go nuts with it. What the fuck am I doing? No, there was another one. It's not appearing in my chat. There's the one with the Brazilian woman where I said I'd do the 90-year-old Brazilian woman, and the first one was I'd rather lose my arms. So I can't see any more. The Dr. 11 says, Ryan, would you eat gingerbread man? Ooh. Ooh. You know what? I haven't had a gingerbread man for years. I think because now they're not allowed to call them that. They've got to call them ginger people. I'm not... Or ginger purse. Like the thing, like literally, I'm not. This was actually something that was in. I think it was in Scottish Parliament. There was an argument that the cafeteria in Scottish Parliament were selling gingerbread men, and some politicians found it offensive. I think this was back in. It was like 2018, 2019, but you can actually look it up with someone about that. And Gingerbread Man, I'm going to ignore that, would you rather, because I told you before, if you keep going on about boring stuff, literally the same stuff over and over again, I'm ignoring it. The Great Gingerbread Man says, at the Doctor 11, he would, as he is fat. I don't know, the only thing is, your avatar is of Gingy from Shrek, so you know, part of me just goes, that's just slight leeway. If it was if it was just like a regular gingerbread man, then yeah, I'd eat it. I'd eat him. But the fact that it's Gingy, it's like I just go, you get a bit of leeway there. But yeah, come on, Mr. Valeska, do another would you rather. Unless it didn't show up on the chat on there, let me just give me a sec. Chat on there. Maybe no, it didn't. Yeah, I've answered all of them. I've answered all of them. Ten current viewers, fucking hell. Come on, so, someone just give me a would you rather, just make it nice and juicy. Just like go all out. Just like literally make it as weird as you can. And maybe make it also as cringy as you can as well. They're always fun. The Doctor 11, at least we know the Great Gingerbread Man speaks as we've seen him in the... Ah, God. I will put that scene up right now, although YouTube would bloody kill me if I did. But yeah. He posted it twice now. Tell you what. Okay, here's my here's my Twitter. You could message me there about it if you like, and I can, because that shouldn't get rid of anything, hopefully. But okay, it's blocking it. The Doctor 11 says, answer my would you rather. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, you mean the box sex one? Goodbye, Doctor 11. I will always think of you when I rip the box sets. Oh. The Great Gingerman says, at the Doctor 11, my sick boyfriend joke is better. Okay. No, the last one. What was the last one? I can't see another one. Hang on, check your messages. Yeah, I can't see any other ones. Any would you rathers. It might be though that YouTube is blocked. I know YouTube for some reason keeps a lot of users keep commenting, and I get the notification, and then when I try and read the comment, it says, "Oh, this comment was removed," because YouTube's guidelines have gone fucking mental recently in blocking comments. And I honestly bloody don't know why. The Great Ginger Man says, also 6 Sec is too young for Shrek. Well, I mean, I watched the first Shrek film came out when I was... Actually, how old was I? I was 2 when the first Shrek came out. I was 5 when the second one came out. I was 8 when the third one came out. And I was 11 when Forever After came out. And I was 12 when Puss in Boots came out. And I'm 22 now. So, yeah. Also, I'll be getting these... I should... not next week, but the week after, be getting the Zavvi exclusive Shrek 4K Steelbook. And I actually sold my American standard release of the 4K Blu-ray in order to pay for that. Mr. Valeska, here we go. Would you rather there be a zombie apocalypse right now, or would you prefer to eat nothing but fried butter for the rest of your life? Ugh. Ugh. Thing is, a zombie apocalypse, you know, I mean, it would be fun for like the first, you know, couple of weeks or even the first month. But then after that, it's just like, well, you know, there'll be basically no electricity because there's no one to run it. There'll be no new B&M sets or Blu-ray sets, so yeah. Although then again, if I'm eating deep fried butter, I'm not going to live very long either way. And then the zombie apocalypse, how long am I going to live? So I'd say the deep fried butter. Because, you know, at least I'll have some happiness before I die of diabetes. The Dr. 11 says, I've sent it to you. Right. No. I'm not involved in this. Would you rather be bummed by Chris Chibnall or be pegged by Geordie? God, both of those scenarios sound fucking horrible. Oh God. I think I'd rather be bummed by Chibnall, because at least then I'm not looking at him. I don't have to look at him. You know, I'm facing away from him. So that's what I'm gonna say. God. Oh. Oh no. Oh. The Dr. 11 says, I'll buy more than one evil steelbook. To be honest, I don't doubt it. I've got a feeling I don't think you'll even wait for a price drop. Just like, ooh, evil. Swimming in evil. Ow. The Great Gingerbread Man says, also, who did you send that photo of me roasting at the Dr. 11 to... What? I don't know what that's about. Nuclear Dragon, hello! Would you rather watch Series 11 to 12 on repeat for a month, or spend a week with Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker, telling them how much you love them. I'd watch series 11 and 12 on loop for a fucking month. I'd watch series 11 and 12 for a fucking month. That second one is so much fucking worse. So much more painful. So much more painful. Come on, I wanted the more weird ones. I wanted the weirder ones. These are just like the, oh god, horrible. The Doctor 11 says, I've already. Jackie Boy is over here, woohoo. Okay. Oh, I thought you meant you were sick. So you've already ordered another one. So you'll keep one, presumably you'll be keeping one sealed and one opened, I'm assuming. Six-Sec has memory loss. Yeah, probably. I do. I have to set myself reminders for fucking everything on my phone. Would you rather buy the Evil DVD or buy the Evil Steelbook? The Steelbook. I told you, I don't buy DVDs unless there is literally zero other options. Also, notification on Twitter. Give me a second. Okay. Yusha Gang says, yes, I am here. Hello. Hello, Nuclear Dragon. Hello. The Gingerbread Man says, do you know... I'm dyslexic and that is not how you spell no. Should be a W at the end, not an E. Anyway, do you know Annie Gur is? No. No, I don't. I don't know who Annie Gur is. Is she a bear? Is she a bear? Annie Gur. I don't know. I am sorry, but I do not know. Come on, and there we go. I'm sick of reading that. Has anyone else got any other things to say that aren't just the same statement over and over again on a loop because I'm fucking bored of it? I'll put you in the timeout corner if you don't behave yourself, Great Gingerbread Man. I'll put you in a corner over there. Yes. Seems pretty quiet out there in the ether. I know I've been on this a while because when I started there was still daylight and now it's starting to get dark. So, here's the typical point of any live stream that I do. So if anyone else has got any more comments or anything else to say, put it below. If you've got another Would You Rather, then by all means, again, make it as weird as possible. It doesn't have, it doesn't have to be Doctor Who. It can be absolutely anything, just like another, because those questions are my favourites, the Would You Rathers. But yeah, I'll give that, excuse me, a couple of minutes. Okay, I warned you, I'm putting you in a timeout because I'm sick. Because I am sick of this, it's fucking boring. So I've put you in a timeout. For 300 seconds, so... Hooray, what's that, 5 minutes? Yeah. So you're in a timeout for 5 minutes. Go think about what you've done. I love that. I love that this has that feature. It's like you can put someone in a timeout for 5 minutes. It's like, go think of what you've done. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I think that'll be things wrapping up now nicely there. So yeah, I'm just gonna double check any messages. So I think we're good. So anyway, yeah, that's it for this live stream. I hope you enjoyed it, and I don't know when the next one will be. Probably be when the B&M sects get their proper announcement, because I've got a feeling within the next couple of weeks, I imagine Alduar is going to do his video. Because if he doesn't, then fucking hell, get your arse into action. You know, come on. Because basically we know, you know, in terms of the ones that are coming out next month, we've had pictures of two of them already. The power set, no, 3 of them even. The power set, the Day of the Daleks set, and the Sanctorite set. So, you know, come on, only one more for August. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, God, that view count bloody jumps around, doesn't it? So, that's it for this live stream, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.